we have a massive Kyrie Irving injury update that will put some things into perspective. A lot of fans, myself included, are very, very excited about this upcoming season. We just drafted Cooper Flagg. We just signed D'Angelo Russell. Anthony Davis had a whole offseason to get healthy. Dwight Powell is still somehow on the roster. There are many reasons why Mavs fans are excited. And just 2 seasons ago, this Dallas Mavericks team made it to the finals. We lost in the finals, but we learned a pretty harsh lesson from losing, and we wanted to make our way back. Last season happened, we all know what happened, and now we have another chance to be competitive and show this entire NBA what the Dallas Mavericks can do. But that doesn't start until the team is fully healthy, and we did see Nico Harrison fire many people in the training staff that were the reasons why we weren't healthy. But until we have everybody back, including Kyrie Irving, it will be a little difficult to make it back to the finals. And with this injury update from Kyrie Irving himself, really does put things into perspective on what we should expect next season. So in this video, we're going to take a look at Kyrie Irving's quote himself from his own mouth. What did he say about his own recovery, when we can expect him to come back, and what does this mean for other players like D'Angelo Russell or even Brandon Williams going forward? But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 21,529 subscribers, getting so close to 22K. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related all summer long, as we're going through free agency, summer league in a few days, training camp, preseason, the start of the next season, if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe. But as we all know, Kyrie Irving is injured. This is not news. This shouldn't be news unless you've been living under a rock or you just woke up from a coma. And in the case if you did just wake up from a coma, Luka Doncic got traded, Kyrie Irving tore his ACL, and we got Cooper Flagg. And now that you're caught up, yes, that is what's going on with the Dallas Mavericks. But things aren't really that bad. But just to go over the previous report, something that we already know. Like I said, Kyrie Irving has suffered a season-ending torn ACL in his left knee, reported by Shams. He went down. We had to go get another point guard, which we got D'Angelo Russell, which I'm very excited for. A lot of fans, I've seen your comments, a lot of fans aren't really sold on him. Sometimes you got to go out and show people, can't really tell them. But the Dallas Mavericks do have a pretty tough road to get back to the finals, although we are a very, very deep team. Not trying to undermine what this team can do. We got Klay Thompson, who looked pretty good last season. We have Anthony Davis, when healthy, looks like a very good player. Top 10 in the NBA when healthy. We have Najee Marshall coming off the bench. Max Christie, another year. We have Cooper Flagg. D'Angelo Russell. I already said D'Angelo Russell, but we got PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. We got Derrick Lively. We got so many good, talented pieces that there really isn't a reason why this team should not see some level of success in the postseason, unless, of course, health is an issue. And like I said, Kyrie Irving is expected to miss time. And a lot of initial reports were saying late December, mid-January, late February at the latest. A lot of people were saying around All-Star break, we should see Kyrie Irving return. But we did get a quote from Kyrie Irving himself on his return and how does he feel, when does he expect to be back. If we take a look at the quote right here, Kyrie Irving said, "I don't want to make any predictions on when I'm going to be back. I just want to be back 150,000%. So I'm taking my time right now to really get healthy." Irving tore his left ACL on March 3rd and is re-signing with Dallas on a 3-year, $119 million deal. So Kyrie Irving himself said this, and it kind of sent the entire Mavs world into a little bit of a frenzy over the weekend. People were unsure of what this meant. If we're just going to go a whole season without Kyrie, he won't be back for the playoffs. We don't know where we're going to be. The sky is falling, and it's a lot of dramatics. It's nothing to panic about, because the most important thing is that is old news. That quote from Kyrie is not a new quote. That did not happen over the weekend. In fact, it was a month ago, and I had to go online myself and set the record straight. This was from a month ago. So there's no reason to panic, because if no one was panicking a month ago, there's no reason to panic now. However, it does put things into perspective, because if Kyrie Irving isn't 150,000% ready by playoffs, that makes certain players a lot more important and kind of makes other players a little bit redundant, and specifically at our point guard position. At the time of this recording, because you never know what's going to happen in today's NBA, we still have Jaden Hardy, we have Brandon Williams, we have Dante Exum, as well as we have Najee Marshall as well, but we have D'Angelo Russell. About 4-5-ish players that can play the point guard position, and that is a little bit too many. We have a lot of big men. We got a lot of forwards, a lot of centers, yes. We don't really have a lot of shooting guards, but that's neither here nor there. We have a lot of point guards, which means somebody is going to find themselves a new team or find themselves off this Dallas Mavericks roster. We also have 16 players signed. We can only have 15. And we look at D'Angelo Russell, who just got signed by the Mavericks. He's not going anywhere. He's actually going to be more important than what we previously thought, Because if Kyrie Irving isn't 100% ready by playoff time, or if he doesn't return until the playoffs, we're going to be relying on D'Angelo Russell a lot more than we thought. We all know that when Kyrie Irving returns, he's not going to be just 32 minutes a night, 100% ready to go. He may be on a minutes restrictions. He may have to miss games or play every other game, no back-to-backs, whatever it may be, which makes D'Angelo Russell just that much more important. And a lot of people would also argue, well, sure, if D'Angelo Russell is going to be more important because we can't play Kyrie heavy minutes, then Brandon Williams is more important too, right? Maybe not, because the Dallas Mavericks also just signed Dante Exum to a one-year deal. Dante Exum does have a little bit more priority over Brandon Williams, although I understand a lot of people may find that hard to believe. I know Brandon Williams played very well last season. Brandon Williams is also on a non-guaranteed contract. So if the Dallas Mavericks wanted to waive him, if they wanted to trade him, they definitely can, especially if they want to make room for Dante. Dante Exum was given that one-year deal with the implication that you will be on this team. We didn't give him that deal. Like, hey, here's a one-year deal. You might make it. No, he is going to make it. So we know for a fact that D'Angelo Russell and Dante Exum will be our 2 point guards for this upcoming season. And the only real question marks are around Jaden Hardy, whether or not he gets traded, and Brandon Williams. They're on the lower end of that totem pole. Now, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to get rid of a point guard to make room for a point guard because you didn't really add anything. So why would you get rid of Brandon Williams for Dante Exum? Well, if you're trying to trade for somebody, we need a roster spot. A lot of the rumors and news floating around are the Dallas Mavericks do not want to attach any draft capital on making room for Dante. So if somebody wants a second-round pick or a first-round pick to take on Jaden Hardy or Omax or even Brandon Williams, that's not going to happen. But if you have to add a third player, like if you got to trade away Omax, Hardy, and Brandon Williams, then that's probably what's going to happen. Just to make room, you sign back whoever you need to sign back, and you go about your day. But with Kyrie Irving, possibly, we don't know. And Kyrie Irving as well, he doesn't want to put a timeline on it until it's official. He just want to tell people, oh yeah, I'll be back by February 1st. And on January 12th, he tweaks his ankle or he has to stay out longer. Of course. Kyrie Irving knows his body. A lot of reports say that he's very excited about this upcoming season. He wants to be back and he wants to be healthy. And we all know what Kyrie Irving can do. We saw what he's done over the last 2 seasons. And in case you forgot, let's go over his stats real quick. Last season, before going down with injury, Kyrie Irving put up 25.6 points, 5 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 0.5 blocks, 1.3 steals, 1.8 turnovers, and 1.9 fouls per game, while shooting 49% from the field and 41% from 3. Now, I'm not saying we cannot win a championship without Kyrie Irving, but I know it's darn near impossible to win without this level of production. I like D'Angelo Russell. I like Dante Exum. Even Brandon Williams. But if you combine those 3 players, you're still not getting the same production of a Kyrie Irving every night. He is important to this team, and until we have this team fully healthy from top to bottom, next year, we can definitely make the playoffs. I truly believe so. But as far as a championship run, it's really hard to see that without a healthy Kyrie at least for the playoffs. If he's not coming back till closer to the end of the season and he's not 100%, I doubt he'll be 100% for the playoffs. But that does, like I said, put things into perspective. D'Angelo Russell's on a 2-year deal. The second year is a player option. So no matter how this upcoming season looks like, he could always come back the second year, maybe even longer. Maybe he wants to retire here. He loves it. We can convince him to stay, which is great. We got Dante for another year. That's also great. Brandon Williams, who I do like, he definitely earned that contract. He is expendable to make room for Dante, or him and Jaden Hardy, Omax, or whatever combination. Caleb Martin, I know people kind of want him gone as well. All that to say, we are in a good spot. There's no need to panic. Kyrie Irving is recovering well. If you've ever tuned into any of his Twitch streams, I highly advise you to check him out. He always gives an update on his recovery process, and that clip was put out June 12th, so over a month ago. About a month ago. It was last month when he said those things. So by now, he's probably feeling a lot better. But as far as putting a timeline on his return, I understand why he's being cautious. No one needs to freak out. But like I said, put into perspective, these players that we have at the point guard position are a lot more important now than what we thought. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that D'Angelo Russell is more important? Do you think Brandon Williams is the odd man out and unfortunately may get cut? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We'd have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for being part of the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.